Your husband is a good man. Not just a good man, a great man. I know mine is. And I want to say that first because I'm about to talk about some things, and I need you to know that I'm not building a case against husbands or against him. He works hard. He loves those kids. He would step in front of a truck for you and your family, and you know it. But let's say last Tuesday, you might have asked him to handle dinner, and he said he would do it. And he was about to handle it beautifully. And then he asked you where the pan was. And bless his heart, or bless your heart, or bless everybody's heart, something in you wanted to just lie down on the kitchen floor. Today, I want to tell you why. And it's not about the pan.
This is Ordinary Women with my mommy, Rebecca Ricks. I have to listen to her, but you get to.
Hey, friends, he does have to listen to me. It's in the homeschool contract. Fine print, very binding. So, about that pan. You're not tired from cooking. You're tired from being the only person in the house who knows where the pans live, or the dish towels, or the kids' socks, or the underwear, or whatever it is. You're the only one who knows. You're the one who knows where the permission slips are, and which child has outgrown their shoes and which shoes belong to which child, and when your mother-in-law's birthday is, and when the next birthday party is, and that somebody needs to buy a card, and that somebody is going to be you, and that nobody will notice you did it, but everybody will notice if you didn't do it. That's called mental load. Sociologists call it cognitive household labor, a fancy word that means my brain hurts. I call it the reason I woke up at 3:40 this morning, remembering the science kit needs batteries. And I'm a numbers girly, so I had to do some research. So let me show you the numbers because you're not imagining this, and I have studies and receipts to show it. So researchers at the University of Bath and the University of Melbourne surveyed 3,000 American households and published it in the Journal of Marriage and Family. And here is exactly what they found. Mothers carry 71% of the household mental load, and fathers 45%. Now, I want you to do the math on that because that's the part that everybody kind of skips right here. 71 plus 45 is more than 100. It's 116, which means somebody is double counting. And I know it's not the mamas. The researchers found that parents duplicate their mental work instead of splitting it. Both of you think of you're handling the family finances. 61% of mothers say mostly me. 57% of fathers say they do the same thing, about the same task, in the same house. So bless their hearts of both of them. But somebody is keeping the score wrong. But it gets more specific. Mothers report being primary responsible for cleaning out the children's clothing that no longer fit. 85% of them. Keeping the family's calendar, 83%. Researching new things the children need, 80%. The daily, repetitive, never-ending work, mothers handle 79% of it. And I say my favorite for last. In one study of 30,000 household tasks, researchers found exactly one task where fathers did more of the planning and more of the doing. Any guesses? Drum roll, please. The garbage. That's it. That's the whole list. Way to go, guys. You have secured the trash. The kingdom is yours. You can live long and prosper over the hefty trash bags. So that's their one thing that they take care of. Now, here's the part that's not funny. The University of Southern California published research in the Archive of Women's Mental Health. And here's what they found. Mothers who carry a disproportionate share of the cognitive load report higher levels of depression, higher stress, and lower relationship satisfaction and burnout. So here's the kicker that really made me put my coffee down. An unequal splitting of the physical chores hurts your relationship. But it's the cognitive load, the overthinking, the invisible thinking work that did more damage to the woman's actual mental health. So the dishes hurt the marriage, but the remembering everything hurts the mother. That is not a complaint. It is an actual peer reviewed finding and explains why you can have a husband who does the dishes, folds the laundry, and takes the kids to the park on Saturday, and you can still be flat on your back, exhausted in a way that sleep does not fix. Because he's doing the task, but you're running the operating system. And nobody sees the operating system. That's the whole point of one. Think of your laptop. We actually have cooling machines because the processor, the laptop gets too hot. The part we don't see, the motor, the man behind the mask, the thing that's running everything does. So what do? Because I'm not here just to give you facts and agreements and not give you a hand to not here to hand you a wrench with it. The researcher said something that really struck with me. The fix is not more communication in general. See, we keep hearing communicate, and that is important. Don't get me wrong. It is. It's making the invisible things visible is the most important. You can't delegate a thing that lives only in your head. You do have to talk about it, but you also need to delegate it. I think he's not refusing to carry it. He genuinely, sincerely does not know it exists. So stop delegating tasks. Start delegating ownership. My husband will come to me and he works a very thinking job. He's a computer programmer. He has to sit and think through complex tasks. And he'll say, help me. I don't want to have to think about this anymore. And it took me a long time to figure that out. He wants me to take a bill that comes in and take care of it from start to finish. That he knows it's paid for, it's followed up on, and he doesn't have to think about it anymore. Perfect example. Can you take Bubba to the dentist? It's a task. You still set up the appointment, the insurance card, the reminder, the follow-up, and he was just transportation. You own the dentist. That's ownership, meaning you make the appointment. You know when it is. You handle the paperwork, and I'm not asking you about it. I will not remind you. And if it fails, and we'll deal with it. That's what she's doing. Now, that last part is really hard for me because he might do it worse than you. He probably will. He might do it later than you would like. He might do it in a way that makes your eye twitch. He might do it, which I'm starting to twitch right now just thinking about it. But let him. I wasn't born yesterday and I wasn't born soft. So let me be honest with you. For me, the reason we don't hand it over is not always that they won't take it. Sometimes we'd rather be exhausted and right than rested and second guess. So truly pass it on. If you don't go to the dentist and your kid's teeth rot, what's going to happen? We're not paying more money in dentist and blah, blah, blah. And the worry and everything builds up. But can you truly give something over to him? You're in a relationship. He's your helpmeet. You're supposed to trust him. And you know what? I've done it. I do it all the time. I'm preaching to the choir, ladies. So I do want to tell you one story before I let you go. My mama carried it all. She truly did. She was a Wisconsin woman. She raised me and my brothers and sisters, homeschooled in the dark ages when people thought we were part of a cult. Ran the house, ran the calendar, was a pastor's wife. She ran everything. Sometimes she even worked. And I never once saw her put it down. Years later, I was grown and sick, and I had 6 knee surgeries and a PICC line. That's a story for another day. And no dignity left to speak of. And my parents don't live close. My mom lives thousands of miles away from me. And so it was early on. Building that family with your in-laws is kind of different. And so I kind of felt very alone. I had home health come in. I had this open wound that had to be tended to. It was truly a hot mess. You know what? My mom got on an airplane, flew across the country, and came to my house to see me. And my legs were, it was awful. My legs were swollen. It was just a hot mess. You know what she did? This thing that breaks my heart and fills my soul. She washed my feet and painted my toenails. And she didn't ask where the pan was. And she didn't ask what needed doing because there was a lot of things that needed doing. My feet being washed and my nails, toes painted were not probably the top of the things. But she looked at me and she saw that and she realized that that was a need. And she rubbed my feet and put polish on and gave me a pedicure. That's what caring someone looks like. And here's what I want you to hear because it took me years and years to understand. She could see what I needed without being told because she had spent years carrying the load herself. She knew it. She just knew what needed to be done. And I will say, never in my life had I felt more loved than in that moment. When you're helpless, maybe it's after you've had a baby. You know, maybe you've had that. You know what? Are you carrying a weight that nobody sees, but God sees it? He has never once told me to make a list. In fact, in Mary and Martha, he told Mary to come sit at his feet and stop worrying. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. He didn't say, bring me your task. He said, bring me your heavy, your all of it, the invisible part too. Come unto me, all ye that are labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. This week, hand over one thing to somebody, not a task, an ownership. Buying the kids' shoes, signing up for sports, registering for school. One thing that leaves your head entirely and lives in his. And then do the hardest part of all. Don't ask him about it. Not once. Wait. Let him step up to the task. Let him talk to you about it. If this found you at the right time, share it with one mama. That's the whole ask. So peace in your chaos, folks. Remember, I'm grounded in Christ and way too much coffee. I'm Rebecca Ricks right here in Winter Haven, Florida at the kitchen table. So next time, please come back and listen in. The mom on your phone, I want you to remember the mom on your phone isn't real. And here's the part that'll make you mad. You already know she isn't real and you feel terrible anyway. And I've got the mouth on that wide too.